Welcome all my friends and have a nice day to all of you. Today you will join us with the 48th design of our website design series. Let's start. First click on the plus mark at the top of the screen and open a new tab. Next type glitch.com in the address bar and click the enter button. Now you have entered the Glitch website. Now click on the plus mark on the screen again. Open another tab and visit the dpcode.lk website and click the enter button. Click on lesson number 229. Click on the start project button. Now we have entered the project. Let's make this page editable by clicking the remix button on the top right side. When you click on the preview below and open the preview pane, you can see the preview on the right side of the window. First, change the name of the project according to the name of today's lesson. Go to the panel on the left and click Settings. Now I click Edit Project Details and type as 48 lesson DP code where it's called project name. Now click on the Save button. You can see that the change project name is displayed on the left side. We created a payment web page of an e-commerce website by adding form and buttons in the last lesson. We know that when we go to buy goods from an online website, we are given an option called Add to Cart. By clicking on this Add to Cart button, we can add items to the cart and buy these items at a later time. In the previous lesson, I put a button called Checkout and created our payment page to come with this button is clicked. But in this design, I have added 7 items and created this page by using a button called Add to Cart. Here, in order not to confuse the CSS codes of our checkout page and the index.html page, I created the CSS codes internally like in the first designs. Since we already know how to code until now, I am not going to explain to you how to create this page from the beginning. Let's create this from here. We can click the Add to Cart button and add these items to the cart. Okay, now let's create from here. I first go to the script.js page. At the beginning, we have not added any products to the cart, so the value of our cart is 0. Let's create a variable for this. From the first line, I gave as var cart value equals 0 semicolon. Here, I created a variable and set its value to 0. Now, from the second line, function update cart, apply brackets and put curly brackets. Here, we created a function called update cart. When we add these items to the cart, if the value of the items in the cart is 8 or more than 8, an alert needs to be displayed as your cart is full. Now click on checkout. Let's create that section. From the third line, if open brackets and gave as cart value greater than equal 8 in it. I type as cart value in the creation of the variable without changing a single letter. Remember that when we first created the variable, we need to type it in the same way as we typed it in all other phrases. Now, from the fourth line, alert in the brackets inside the double quotation gave as your cart is full. Now click on checkout. If the number of items in our cart is less than 8, every time we click add to cart, the cart value needs to increase by 2. To say if the cart value is less than 8, from the 6th line, else put curly brackets. Now from the 7th line, cart value equal cart value plus 2 semicolon is used. This means that if the cart value is 8, add 2 to the current cart value. If it's the first time, we click add to cart. Now there are no items, so the cart value is 0. When you add 2 to 0, the new cart value is 2. In this way, when 2 and 2 add up to 8, an alert will come. Now from the 8th line, document.getElementById and open brackets, in that inside the double quotation, I give as cart dash value and outside the brackets inner HTML equal cart value plus inside the double quotations give as coins and apply semicolon at the end. Now let's call this created function on the index.html page. I go to the index.html page. Now in the 21st line, in front of the button, on click equal inside the double quotation, update cart, put brackets, I copy what we just typed and paste it in front of the button in the line 26, line 31 and line 36. Now we click on preview and click on preview in a new window. Now click on add to cart. Now every time we click, the cart value below is increased by 2. Now when we click this checkout button, we need to go to our payment page. Also, it is necessary to remember the cart value so far. For that, from the 11th line, function checkout, put brackets and apply curly brackets. Now from the 12th line, I give as local storage dot set item in the brackets. Inside the double quotation, give as cart value and put a comma in outside the double quotation and put as cart value and apply semicolon outside the bracket. Here I am saying that the cart value should be stored in the local storage. Now let's call this created function on the index.html page. I go to the index.html page. Now in front of the button in line 44, on click equal inside the double quotation, give as checkout and put brackets. Then we go to the payment web page. A button called reveal cost that is not in the previous lesson is displayed. When we press this button, it needs to be displayed, the value of our cart value variable. Let's create the function for this. From line 14, I first create a function called reveal cost. For that function reveal cost, put brackets and apply curly brackets. Now from the 15th line, let coins equal local storage dot get item in brackets inside the double quotation, give as cart value and apply semicolon outside the bracket. Now from the 16th line, document dot get element by id, open brackets and inside it, inside the single quotation, give as amt. Now outside the brackets, dot inner html equal coins plus inside the double quotation, give as coins and a semicolon is applied at the end. Now let's call this created function on the checkout.html page. I go to the checkout.html page. On click equal inside the double quotation, give as reveal cost and put brackets. We saw that there is a submit button in the output. In order to submit after clicking this button, we need to create a function to check if all the details related to the card are correct. Now from the 18th line, we first created a function called validation. For that, function validation, put brackets and curly brackets are applied. Now I am preparing some variables to store the details that we provide on the payment page. From now on, we provide on the payment page from now on. For that, in line 19, var in error put comma, in line 20 the n value put comma, in line 21 a value put comma, in line 22 cc value put comma, in line 23 cvv value equals 0 semicolon. Now from 24th line, n value equal document.get element by id, open brackets and inside the quotation give as full underscore name. Now outside the brackets give as dot value and apply a semicolon at the end. This means that the value given to the place called full name should be stored in the variable called nValue. Now from the 25th line, cc value equal document.get element by id, open brackets and in it inside the quotation give as cc underscore name. Now outside the brackets give as dot value and apply a semicolon at the end. This means that the value given to the place called card holder should be stored in the variable called nValue. Now from the 26th line, if open brackets inside it give as nValue.length less than 1. Outside the bracket, open curly brackets. Now from line 27, n error equals 1 semicolon is given. Here it is said that if the length of n value is less than 1, it means that if we have not typed anything in the payment page, set the value of the variable called n error equal to 1. Next, we know that numbers cannot be assigned to a name. We need to see if a number has been typed in place of full name. For that, from line 29, if open brackets and inside it give as n error exclamation mark equal 1. Curly brackets are open outside the bracket. Here it is said that if the n error value is not equal to 1, it means that we have typed something in the full name field. Now let's see whether the typed things contain numbers. For that, in the 30th line, for open brackets and inside it give as var equals 0 semicolon I less than or equals 9 semicolon I plus plus. Here the initial value of the variable I is 0. Now we check if the value of I is less than 9. We know that 0 is a value less than 9. So we are told to add 1 to I. So now I become 1 of the addition is less than 9. So again 1 is added to I. In this way the value of I increases till 9. Now we need to see if the value currently stored in the variable n value contains at least one of the values in the variable I. For that, from line 31, if brackets n value dot includes, put bracket and give I in it. Now curly brackets are opened outside the bracket that was opened first. Now in line 32, n error equal 1 is given. Even if the full name part is empty or there are numbers in that part, we said to set the value of n error variable to 1. As soon as the value of this n error variable becomes 1, an error must come. For that, from line 36, if open bracket inside it n error equal 1 is given and curly brackets are applied outside the brackets. Now from line 37, var element equal document.getElement by id, open brackets and inside the double quotation gave as name div. A semicolon is used at the end. Now, from the 38th line, element.class_list.add inside brackets inside the double quotation has dash error is given and a semicolon is applied outside the bracket. Now the card number we give can't be empty and can't be more than 14 digits. If that happens, an error message needs to be displayed. For that, from line 41, if open brackets and give cn value dot length less than 1 and cn value dot length greater than 14 and apply curly brackets outside the bracket. Now copy lines 37 and 38 and paste it from line 42. Now card number div is given instead of name div. Now let's call this created function on the checkout.html page. I go to the checkout.html page. Now in line 83, in front of the button, give as onClick equal inside double quotation, put validation bracket. Now go to the previously opened preview window. Now add items from the cart and click the checkout button. Now when the reveal cost button is clicked, our number of coins will be displayed like this. Now when you just give a submit button, you will see an error message regarding the card holder's name and card number. Now let's give some numbers to this card holder name and give the card number less than 14 digits and submit. But we get the error message. If you have designed in this way, you little ones are very successful. To see the creation you made, WhatsApp it to the phone number 076-812-5244. Tell your friends about the creation. Send it to me and send it to your friends to see this app. And one more thing. You too join the DP Coding School Telegram group and try to be the DP Code champ best of the week once every week. For that, keep in touch with us. And one more thing, join our DP Coding Club and now you can start a DP Coding Club in your school. We are ready to give all the guidance for that. If you want to start DP Coding Clubs in any school where computer labs are available, make a request to the principal to the email address info@dpcc.lk. So let's meet with another interesting lesson with DP Coding School. Have a good day.